Hi everyone, Charles Wilkinson from Argo Yachting, and here today I have an absolutely epic boat I've been really looking forward to showing you, and it's just arrived from the factory. We've done a full wrap on it and we're handing it over tomorrow actually. So what we have behind me is a Galeon 375 GTO, and I'd absolutely love to show you it. Join me on board. So before we dive into the rest of the boat, I just want to show you what's strapped on the back of this 375 GTO. These are absolutely epic engines. They're the Mercury Verados V12 600 horsepower, naturally aspirated 6.7 litre each side. You know, it's equivalent to what you have in an Aston Martin, but you've got two strapped right here. Absolutely epic. Duo prop, contra rotating, so the torque is mega. It's actually the only outboard engine that has a submersible steerable gear case. So all the other, even the smaller Mercuries don't have it. This is a really impressive piece of machinery. And I'll show you later, we actually have the joystick option, which I'll turn on and show you. But seriously awesome. You even have this maintenance hood just here. And what's really clever is, as well as looking quite cool, you can actually do oil services and general services every 200 hours. And then you only need to take off the rest of the hood after 1,000 hours or 5 years, whichever comes first. But how good's that for your first 1,000 hours of boating or 5 years? Do everything from there. So as mentioned, this boat is fully custom wrapped inside and out with a kind of metallic silver and darker accents, and even the engines. We've got an orange boot line as well. Looks really cool. Galeons, so what are they famous for? Space. This is a 37-foot boat, and I'll show you some functions as we go around, but immediately you can see I'm half stood on this balcony on the starboard side. We have the same on the port side, of course, but as you can see, just opens up the real estate. When you've got people chilling on the bow or in the cockpit, you could even put two little breakfast chairs here or stools, you know, or a bean bag. It just makes sense. And when you're at anchor, have the kids jumping off, it's awesome. So what we have on this aft bench, to make the most of this space, the seats actually flip, and then we can slide the whole bench aft so we can actually use the dining space. So double function. Slide that back, and as you can see, creates a very large dining seat essentially. This table leaves open. You've got a great space to have your lunch and dinners. But it's an awesome aft cockpit area which you can transform. You can actually remove this whole tabletop if you want to, put it in this huge storage space underneath us, and you can just have it as a big deck layout, water sports, you know, but then when it's time to eat and drink, you can put that table there. And we have this really nice awning canopy right above us, which comes out on this really cool diffuser design as well, like a sports car with these orange accents. So what else do we have around us? Obviously side gates next to us, so it's really safe for kids and animals if you bring dogs on board. We've got a shower just here so you can, you know, freshen up when you've just come out the sea. But this whole cockpit is just epic. And actually all these strips of light, you can change it to whatever you want, green, pink, purple. I'll try and demonstrate it quickly. It just sets such a good tone and it stands out in a marina for sure. So what do we have around us? We've got another nice seating area. As you can see, it engages really nice with the aft sofa. You've even got a little seat there on the port side. Nice places for people to perch. It's really comfortable. But obviously we're very well sheltered in here. We've got a fantastic sound system, which I'll show in a second. But first, I just want to show you this seat here. It just looks like a normal bench seat, but actually pull this stainless steel handle and the whole seating mechanism shifts aft. It's seriously solid, built on a proper stainless steel mount. But you can see here, two people very comfortably. You can get 4 people on the back bench, and it seems quite a simple function. But then easily put it back again. Simple as that. Just works really well. Cup holders dotted around. I mean, you probably get it at this point in the video, but this boat is for socializing, partying, just having a good time, and it does that really well. So here on the port side, wet galley, you know, great countertop space here. Again, cup holders, but underneath we've got this fantastic induction hob, big sink, chopping board if you want to make some fresh food. And what's great is a massive fridge in here. Equally, we've got one downstairs as well. Really usable space. Speaker system, let's turn it on for a second. So as we come onto the helm, this boat is like a spaceship. Triple screens, Raymarine, touchscreen, it's just absolutely epic. It's actually a big amount when you put 3 screens. If you had 2 screens or 1, it'd be an actual small amount. So it's maximized here. Everything's pointing towards the driver, even all of these stainless steel buttons. It feels very driver focused, definitely like you're in a sports car. It's very cool. This steering wheel, obviously, as well as the actual manual tilt for this, the whole wheel goes up and down. So depending where you are, it just works really well. But yeah, in terms of what kind of switches we got here, like I've shown the lights, the sunroof, which has tinted glass through it. And we actually have a tinted glass on the port side when you walk through to the bow. We've even got an additional electric opening windows on both sides. I'll show that just here. You get the idea, but you can open up absolutely everything, get the fresh air through, get the tunes on, drinks. It just gives you that really good vibe and connection to the water. Works really well. Before we get to the engines, we've actually got a smaller Mercury screen just here. You can see total fuel, fuel flow, fuel used, etc. Trim. Works nice. But yeah, lots of switches. Everything's very well lit, driver focused, great visibility throughout, which is very important, of course. One-piece windscreen. Engines, the best part of this boat. Like I said, these are the V12s. They're on the steerable gear case. What does that mean? Why do you need a steerable gear case? With the steering happening underneath, it means massive engines don't turn themselves. So actually, there's less crowded space on the transom, and also the turning circle's better because the pods themselves, the gear cases, can steer more. So let's get them started and show you how they work. You hear those V12s rumbling up in sequence. Sounds awesome. And we've even got the side power variable bow thruster. So you can, and also the hold function, so you can obviously change the strength of the thruster. It's really good to have. So that's the helm station. Loads of functions going on here. Roofs opening, windows opening. This really cool central helm station just works really well. But actually, before we just escape to the bow, just look at these helm seats. They are super bucketed, different layers of fabrics, and you can see how they work really well. They cocoon you in nicely. Both of them bolster, and funnily enough, both of them go up and down electronically. That works really well. And I love the stitching in here, 375 GTO. But let's go have a look at the bow. Just to mention, obviously, these are separate opening rooftops. It works really well, so obviously you don't hit your head. This also does close with a seriously strong fastening, and then obviously the door closes there, so you can seal the whole boat up really well. Feels really solid and heavy, which is awesome. And then, so as we walk to the foredeck, what's really noticeable actually is 0 steps up. It's all totally flat, really easy. But here we are on the bow. I mean, this is also a really special place on this boat. And as you can see, it's an absolutely enormous area. We've got padding on the back all the way around, cup holders, speakers, and obviously a huge table. And actually what I'll show as well, this table does drop down and we can put a full cushion in. And you can imagine when you've got the awning, a few drinks, you've got 3 people here, 3 people at the back, this just works really well, and it's super spacious. Great space on this boat. Let's go have a look at the accommodation. Just before I fully submerge, I am too tall, I'm 6'4", so I do make these spaces look a little bit small. But anyway, ultimately this is a day boat, but it does have the luxuries to make your day boating more luxurious. So we do have a separate day head in there, which is lovely. Excuse these are for the handover tomorrow for the owner, jacket, champagne, etc. But as you can see, it's a really usable space. We've got a comfortable seating area down here, you know, padded backrests, nice windows actually dotted around. Big window here that goes through the hull as well, so you can actually see what's out there. Lovely LED lighting. Galeon do the joinery so well on these boats. The joinery in the woodwork is beautiful, all the grains. You've got some nice features running through it, but the quality is lovely, and the curves, everything's really nice, no sharp edges. But even this table here, it drops down, you can turn it into a big bed if you need to. You can see how it even goes underneath. So you can fit, 2 people on here if you need to. Equally, the aft cabin are 2 large single beds, but they have a giant infill, and you can turn that into a huge bed. So that's a really good area as well. The lighting's great, the storage is excellent. There are cupboards all alongside those single beds. But what do we have here? Another fridge, which I mentioned. So, you can really stock up on your drinks and snacks. Various cupboards, microwave. This is your main switchboard just here, and even your engine batteries, you can turn them on. But here you can see a really lovely day head, separate shower to your loo, and a really nice basin. Great view out to sea. Just a really nice space. And actually this, as I mentioned earlier, this boat is really high spec. Has a generator, which is diesel. Obviously your engines are petrol, but diesel generator, air conditioning. So you have all the luxuries of kind of, modern comfort really. You can have it nice, ice cold. You may be wondering, as we were walking around here, there's a cupboard there, but the staircase is in the way. It lifts up nice and easily like that, so you can get easy access to your beds. But yeah, it's a really, really good space, usable, and the lighting's fantastic. Let's go finish the video. So that concludes the walkthrough tour here on this Galeon 375 GTO. We're handing over the boat tomorrow to the customer. Can't wait to see his reaction. The boat's looking absolutely epic, and hopefully I've demonstrated that on camera. I know videos don't do it justice, but actually one thing I even forgot to mention, which is probably one of its biggest aspects, is this boat doesn't even have side decks, not until you get to the bow anyway. But in this cockpit we have a full beam. It's really unique, and it's just a massive space for socialising, having fun, day boating. That's what it's all about. And of course, massive engines on the back. Great fun. If you'd like any more information, we'd love to hear from you. We can give you further details on any Galeon, or specifically the GTO range 375. We'd love to welcome you to boat shows. And one thing to mention actually, as Galeon dealers in our regions, we supply these boats with a 5-year Argo assured warranty. That's a 3-year bolster onto the 2-year Galeon warranty. So it shows our commitment to the brand. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you on the next one.